What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So this should be a short video. It's a very interesting theory that I wanted to talk about with you today. So very recently, I think it was last week, Sony actually filed a trademark for a certain new game that is coming up. That game is called Days Gone apparently. We don't know anything about it, but Sony does this all the time. Let me quickly remind you of last year when, right before E3, pretty much a couple of months in advance, Sony had apparently trademarked certain names like Entwined, Killstream, and Bloodborne. Now of course right now we know those all turned out to be games, right? And I still remember that discussion really well when we all thought that the new sort of like From Software game was going to be Project Beast, and we had this trailer that leaked or something like that, and we didn't know what the game was exactly going to be. Was it going to be Demon Souls 2 or something like that? And then at E3 it turned out to be one of those names that Sony had filed a trademark for, right before that, which was of course Bloodborne. And the same happened for Entwined and for Killstream, and as I said, now Sony has done this for something called Days Gone. Now you can all kind of like speculate about what that name is referring to or something, but a lot of people currently are saying that this could very well be The Last of Us 2, and that of course is really interesting. Now there are pretty much to me two possibilities of what this exactly could be. I agree, it could either be The Last of Us 2, it seems like a really fitting name that it's called something like The Last of Us Days Gone or The Last of Us 2 Days Gone, but at the same time there's also another game that we haven't heard anything about, but we know is gonna come up very soon in terms of an announcement, and that is Sony Bend's new game. Sony Bend are working on a what is rumored to be open world horror game, so I'm very interested to see how that is exactly going to turn out. But for, seeing as that is also going to be a horror game, you would think that Days Gone is something that could really fit to that as well. It being an open world game, yeah, I could really see it, see it fit at the same time as well. So, it's going to be super interesting. Of course, E3 is still quite a while away. We don't exactly have anything coming up in between that period, so it could still take quite some months before we find out what Days Gone exactly is. But I wanted to inform you on that people are really speculating that this might very well be The Last of Us 2, and I think that is super interesting. I recently talked about that I still think The Last of Us 2 is actually happening, that it might even be announced this year. That's one of the predictions I made in one of my recent videos, and many people talk to me, yeah, but Robin, didn't you, you made a video on Neil Druckmann saying that they were not working on The Last of Us 2, that it was just, a one team kind of like effort that is now working on Uncharted 4 completely. I think, and I've said that in that video too, I still think that's kind of a lie, I guess. And game developers do this all the time. They like to make it appear like they're doing a certain thing, but then they're doing a completely different thing as well. And I still feel like a small team has been working on The Last of Us 2. And I know Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, for example, are really busy with Uncharted 4, and they're the people behind The Last of Us, but still, I feel that they could still be involved in some way, in a minor role this time around, and maybe, kind of like take over the project again once Uncharted 4 is finished. I feel like Last of Us 2 is in its early stages. A small team has been working on that for, say maybe 1+ year already, and so they could definitely announce the game this year already when it's, in its I guess medium, early stages, but then finish the game, the next 1 or 2 years, so it can come out at the end of 2017 or at the beginning of 2018. So I still really feel like that's possible, and who knows, it might just be called The Last of Us 2 Days Gone. We don't know, but anyway, let me know what you think about this. What do you think Days Gone is? Do you expect it more to be Sony Bend's new game, or could it actually be The Last of Us 2? With that being said, of course, it could also be something entirely different, but let me know that in the comments. So yeah, with that being said, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.